So, hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the Poetry Reading with Feta Friends. Hi, Richard. Thank you for being there always. I have no words to mention as how special you are to me. And for the past few months, few weeks, few days, you all been very supportive and kind enough to, host, be it you, be it Saraswati Poswal ma'am, Padma ma'am, and yes, Padmini ma'am, Mao,
Okay.
Malik, and some other friends of ours. And without you, we couldn't be thinking of running this show. So,
Divya,
all love to you and my regards and my you know, profound what do you call respects to you all. And thank you so much. Yes, Lantern, you are always there as Acharya and being a
Well,
light.
commiserations. You've had a big loss, and it's not to be taken lightly. So please accept my condolences.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Acharya. And thank you, Richard. And especially, I have no words to mention. It's not easy task for you to, host and taking the participants. Such a such a such a great task, I would say that. Despite that, you have, succeeded in putting yourself. Let's begin the show. Thank you once again, and thank you for being with me, and thanks for being with Fatal. Uh, Now let's begin. Welcome to the Poetry Reading with Fatal. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Uh, this is a place where poets gather to share their minds and thoughts. Let's begin with Christopher, who has joined us after a long gap. He's a historian. He's a great class historical background as well. And, I had this opportunity of having, getting across his book and all, book talk. So over to Christopher.
Okay.
Good evening,
Uh,
sir.
what's that?
Yes, Chris, all yours. Chris, unmute your mic, please. Please unmute your mic. Please turn on your mic.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, this is my father, Gordon B. George. He emigrated from England, from Liverpool in 1954, September. He was a physical therapist. He was looking for somewhere to emigrate to, specifically looked into going to Australia or New Zealand or Canada, and eventually found out about a job northwest of Baltimore at a place called CRI, which is, I've been told, the forerunner of the Kennedy Krieger Institute at Hopkins in East Baltimore. My mother and I followed in January 1955. He died April 15th, 1979, of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which might have had something to do with the number of cigarettes he was consuming. He also told me that during World War II, when he was a medic in the Royal Air Force, that he used to lean over the old diathermy machine that he received, the hut that he and his fellow RAF men were in was deloused. He didn't know whether he had a dose of uh, the drug. One of my best poems is about the death of my father, April 15th, 1979, heavily influenced by Sylvia Plath. Blizzard. The world is unruly with white. It seems doubtful if we'll ever find the road again. In the city, everyone is looting. The law of children reigns. They are running through the basilicas, kicking an old man in the street. His Roman nose is a bloody pulp. A2, A2, A2. Winter rages in our living room. The cancer cells of my father have been running wild all winter, in his lung and in his blood. The seams of his pajamas cut into him like knives. In the shift my mother makes him, he resembles Almighty Caesar. The physicians and the senators stand by and watch him fall, bend over him, listening with stethoscopes as he coughs blood. A2, A2, A2. He's like a parcel of bones, waiting for the archaeologist's trowel, waiting for the looters, the grave robbers, to steal everything. There are too many knives. Every wound is fatal. The vast shoulder of snow heaves against the house. We can't open the door. We are sealed in this box forever. And then this one. The blizzard of 1979. I rage right as I remember the snow blizzard of 1979 when cancer devoured my father while snow piled up. A medic who had helped the ill, subjugated by the system, how he told me he felt he'd become a guinea pig in a clinical trial. 2 months more to seal the deal. Dead at age 64. I mourned then as I mourn now, aware of all that was stolen from me. Thank you.
What a brilliant expression, my dear Christopher, and E2. And yes, those who are smoking, stop smoking. It's injurious for your lungs. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Christopher. Please welcome Dr. Deena Padayachee.
Thank you. Christopher, that was absolutely beautiful. Very emotional, obviously, and certainly, you know, when we've seen other people passing away like that, it really gets to you, and you described it, something so personal, but you did it so well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've got a very short poem today. I wrote it in 2022 when Russia invaded the Ukraine, and it was published by Glow Mag back then. It's called A Plea for Wisdom. When Russia invaded the Ukraine, Russia also attacked itself. There are no winners among those who initiate war, as Hitler, Mussolini, and even Putin should know. No glory, only pain, suffering, the shattering of families, destruction, torment, and death for the beings of our planet, our beautiful paradise. These recidivist, greedy leaders enshroud the earth with terror and turmoil. They rationalize what they do, but for everything on the planet, from the deer to the cats to the birds to the dogs to the people, they are demons. They define who they are by their behavior. May wisdom begin among those who possess power. May wisdom begin among those who vote for them. May these tyrants learn to love and respect those whom they lead. May they not torture their own people and others. May they not be the tools of Satan. May they care about their reputations and their legacy. For this, O God, I pray. Thank you.
You always leave us to ponder about this, always, a deep, profound, expression you leave. Yes,
Thank you.
those inflict injury, they are self inflicting themselves as well. So, Dr. Dinya, give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Deena Padayachee with his wonderful and thoughtful creation. Please welcome Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Sir, please unmute your mic. Thank you. Yes, sir. Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. मुझे फोन बोला कि आप जब लिखो कैसे मूड पर
Sir, we are not getting your voice. We're not getting your voice. Kindly disconnect your what do you call that headphone. Kindly, if you could disconnect your headphone, maybe you could reach. We could get your voice or something. But as of now, we're not getting your voice clearly. Maybe you could disconnect the headphone and just talk straight into the device.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Then I recite my poem, small poem. इसमें हमारा एक दोस्त है कि तुम लोगों का मूड कैसे बनता है, कैसे के कविता लिखना शुरू करते हो, तो मैंने उसको जवाब दिया, वो कविता आपको पेश करूं कि जब भूखे पेट कोई सोता है, जब भूखे पेट कोई सोता है तो मैं कविता कहता हूँ, जब बाप किसी का रोता है तो मैं कविता कहता हूँ, जब रक्षक ही भक्षक बन जाए, जब भाइयों में बीच ठन जाए, कोई मंदिर या मस्जिद को ढाए, अपनी ही अपने को तड़पाए तो मैं कविता कहता हूँ, जब रक्षक ही भक्षक बन जाए, भाइयों बीच भी ठन जाए, कोई मंदिर मस्जिद को ढाए तो मैं कविता कहता हूँ। आगे अर्ज किया है कि जब माँ किसी की रोती है, जब राखी आंख भिगोती है, बहन, जब माँ किसी की रोती है, जब राखी आंख भिगोती है, भूखे पेट पत्नी सो जाती है और यौवन उसका मुरझाए तो मैं कविता कहता हूँ। आगे है कि मेरी कविता नहीं तलवार है ये, मेरी कविता नहीं तलवार है ये, जालिम के ऊपर वार है ये, जीत नहीं मेरी हार है ये, जब मासूम कहीं कोई रोता है, जब मासूम कहीं कोई रोता है तो मैं कविता कहता हूँ, तो मैं कविता कहता हूँ। नमस्कार, थैंक यू,
क्या बात
धन्यवाद।
है, क्या बात है सर, क्या बात है, एक्सलेंट। अपने ही कुछ को आई मीन लाइक cause at a trouble to us, and it is very difficult. So that was a great line by Dr. Gopal Purdhani. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. He's a veteran army personnel who served his nation in the wars as well. Please welcome our lovely friend Richard Spisak, poet of Three Rivers.
Thank you, my brother. It is an honor, as always, to be with this fine selection of international poets. I salute you. And in fact, I have a little poem to pay tribute to each of you poets. And it's called The Poets Bend. Poets bend. Poets bend and seldom break, and when they do, there must be some mistake. Basking in the ancient wisdom of pointing out the needless schism, when they are, it seems for sure that these grave and painful indignities must be endured. But we know poets, they will transcend and take it up as is noted. Their fine, sharp pens will be carried and floated. Pour out from their sense is, from the tiniest detail to the greatest immenseness. And we'll be all the wiser for it that once, some fine day, the poets bore it. Thank you, poets, for the wisdom that you share, for your hearts that you expose to us. We are with you. We add to your strength. Thank you.
What a great tribute, my dear friend Richard. I have no words. Such a beautiful and very subtle tribute you have, paid. Beautiful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Richard. It is wonderful creation. Please welcome Devendra KC. Mr. Devendra KC.
Namaste. I have four-line poems that we call muktaks. I will try to explain it in English, but I have written it in Nepali, my own language. Kolte pherdai po थिए रात गएको पत्तै भएन छ बैंस बाँकी नै छ सोचे आँत गएको पत्तै भएन छ अझै आमाको काखमा लुटपुटिँदै रुनु मन थियो एकान्तमा आँसुको बर्सात भएको पत्तै भएन छ meaning I tossed and turned till dawn lost in a daze I thought youth remained but my heart had withered away I longed to curl into my mother's lap and cry once more but found myself alone where tears rained in the grey सिरेटोले चस्स छोएर गयो सिरेटोले चस्स छोएर गयो आँसुले पीडा धोएर गयो बल्झिरहन्छ घाउ अविरल मृत्युले गाँठो फोएर गयो A cold sharp wind brushed past my skin and tears washed out the pain within the wound keeps etching deep and raw as death untied the knot where life had been next पीडाको भकारी नखोलौं कि कहिल्यै पीडाको भकारी नखोलौं कि कहिल्यै तितो हुन्छ सत्य नबोलौं कि कहिल्यै कहाँ पाऊँ फेरि यति सुन्दर जीवन बैरी सामु यी हात नमोलौं कि कहिले meaning shall I never open this cellar of my pain the truth is bitter shall I let silence remain where will I find a life this beautiful again before my foes shall I never plead in vain परैबाट झुलुक्क देखिएर गयो परैबाट झुलुक्क देखिएर गयो पराईको आडमा छेकिएर गयो गहभरि पीडा देखिन्थ्यो स्पष्टै मुटुभरि अमिर भई लेखिएर गयो You flashed a glimpse from afar then turned to go hidden in a stranger's shadow moving slow the heavy grief within your eyes was plain to see eased upon my heart a mark that will only grow thank you
Wonderful, sir. As always, you're being humble with your, your verses as well. So give a great applause, big applause to Devendra KC. I don't know. I'm just taking hiccups. That was Devendra with his small and short verses pieces. And thank you for sharing in Nepali language, sir. We love in the original. That's I know we could enjoy the beauty of the language. Please welcome our Acharya, Manatita Hutchinson.
Thank you, my brother. So good to see you. Back again. It's a joy. A glimpse into the beauty of meaning. I took the bouquet of flowers from the florist, carefully tied with ribbons, and smiled endearingly. My heart blended into the cutest innocence, tenderness, and affection of my gorgeously charming daughter. She loves roses, and I, tulips, but her grateful gaze admired the lushness of the additional orchids, fuchsias, lavenders, and hyacinths, as well as foliage and branches. They expressed harmony, and I could feel their spirit, even as my princess's joy exceeded expectations, she, hugging me intensely, kissing my cheeks to display her soul's gratitude. Rainbows are like flowers too, for they speak of wonder, of oneness in diversity, of tranquility and spectacle, of light. Indigo kisses the vast blue heavens, even as crimson dances in sunsets, and all, in unison, merges with the crest of horizons. My daughter knew, as I did, as the flowers of the rose's selfless sacrifice, even as lavenders held sweet-scented conversations with the purple hyacinths. They know that each one is unique, has its own story to tell, an exquisite symphony to the external orchestra of love. I recall my grandfather's garden of flowers, a tapestry of marigolds, daisies, lilies, and more, waltzing in the breath of breaths, all tap dancing on my soul like the strings of a violin, reaching out in concerto to my inner sonata covered in supernal excellence. Today, on my daughter's birthday, we hug, our souls singing of the glory of life and the harmony of creation, like delicate flowers in stately grace, like the rainbow, oh my beautiful darling. Love is not concerned with our darkness, but our light. Beauty is not reserved for the elite, but is already present within and in all creation. Sometimes I see this beauty easily, but again she often hides in adversity to shape me into a candle of her holiness. My longing once flowered like peony blossoms, like the perennials of spring. Then I felt her in bud songs, in the naivety of children's laughter, the crafted expertise of a potter's handiwork. I am a lover of beauty, for a golden grace, for a hidden grace becomes my sanctuary, in which I feel truly blessed by an unspoken silence. Battling through strife, one day I was transformed like a star-gazed unfurling magnolia. It was then I realized my grasping, my attachments were all necessary for growth. My heart became fragments like the shell of an egg, only to be molded by love's alchemy into a most beautiful vase. Oh, sweet, sweetest souls, don't rush. Grow at love's pace. Can you not see that the dark cocoon has now become a most beautiful butterfly? The tortoise never hurries, so she lives 100 years. Be proud of your vessel as she is proud of her shell. You are a mirror of love's light. Have something unique to offer to the world, like the strings of a violin, the opulence of a Taj Mahal. Never forget the ants, bees, and fireflies, for to the pollen the bee means life, even as to the child, fireflies are an enchanting wonder. You are more majestic than peacocks, in essence the pinnacle of natural beauty, your inner plumage most resplendent than 1,000 phoenixes. Look at the gracefulness and elegance of swans. See how they move with the spectacle of a ballerina's poise and deftness. Yet they too, like marigolds, remains unworthy of the sanctity of your soul. Always see hope in the darkness and brave the storms of life. Bitter medicine may make the body uncomfortable, but ultimately cures the ailment. Sometimes one sees only an abyss, but to remain there can be an affront to the love that bore us all. If in the face of trials I still walk along the river of life, the light will surely guide me home. One must be as patient as another who bides his time to confront the enemy, for some vices lurk in secret places, requiring courage to subdue. I am a warrior of love filled with pride divine, as she gives me beauty to offer to the universe. I am a most bewildering light, temporarily lost in a slumber of illusions necessary to evolve. O love, do trigger my wakefulness. Take me to the timeless silence of my original home. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Oh my God, what a wonderful piece. Love has no boundaries, no love has no limits, love has ignores the darkness.
Wow.
Yes. Excellent rendition, sir. It's like, reading a book, as I always say, listening to you. So give it up for Lantern, my dear
Thank you.
friends. Alexandra is up next. How are you, Alexandra?
Hello, it's nice to see you again.
Thank you. Yes.
I will just read half of line 17 because it's long, so. This union is mine. It is aura bonding, intensifying in the fiery sovereignty of an ascetic fulfillment, filtering and selecting amongst labyrinthine channels of Persephonic magnanimity and Tartarian beastliness, along the polymorphic emeralding of each individual unfolding, lion hearts and lion minds emancipating from lower and middle ranking hierarchies, in joyous exemption from demons and illusions, from resistance and time. Evolved phosphoric suns activating towards the east, devolved dim spheres deactivating towards the west, delineating photodynamic and aphotic positions in dimorphic order. Sunborn, unrestrained vibrancy dawning into our caves, luminiferous ether dazzling, vivid flame after vivid flame. This truth is mine, it is envisaging, polyvibrating in the vivifying fountain of panhuman axioms, clarifying and correcting amongst antithetic consciousnesses of trained logos and untrained thymos, along the reshaping of each new age, aspiring to rise into advanced halcyon apogees formed by prime pan-universal rearrangements, superpositioned apotheosis, sending exalting po-to-co philosophy to torchbearers. Eros' nostalgia turning into the eurythmic heartbeat of thriving ascending astric galaxies, balancing on a symbiosis of cataclysmic and epiphanic laws of creation. Dodecahedron galaxies overflowing with humans and gods, reaching the borders of zenith beyond after zenith beyond. This sweet flying is ours. It is absolute, emblazoning in the progression of the idea, the panfiery great idea. Definitely nothing to do with the idea.
That was Alexandra with half of her poem. I mean, like, seriously, how many of you could get those lines? Except the sky is ours. I could, follow one line. The sky is ours.
I have to say, though, that all these words exist in English.
Yes.
I keep repeating that all the time.
I must admit that I haven't, I mean, like, nobody has understood.
You
But
bring
yes.
us important ideas, Alexandra. Thank you for adding to our wisdom even in the tiniest way. Thank you. And it's lovely as always. I know everyone appreciates that part of it too. Thank you.
That's the beauty of yours, Alexandra. That makes you stand out. So give it up for Alexandra, my dear friends. Up next is Prabha Shastri Joshua. Yes, she's dynamic. She's a wonderful lady who writes in Kannada and Telugu and other languages. She has become international figure now. So welcome.
Good evening to everybody. Prasanna, namaskaram amma. Bhavannava nana. Now I will read on Subhashtam. Then I will read small poem, okay, in Telugu language. Na yojana setam duram. Na yojana setam duram. Bhajyamanasya trushnaya. Santushtasya karapraptena vyadi bhavati nadara. అంటే ఆశల వెనక వెళ్ళే వారికి 100 మైళ్ళు దూరమైనా ఏమీ అనిపించదు. కష్టపడి అలా వెళ్తూనే ఉంటారు, ఎందుకంటే తన ఆశ తీరాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో. అయితే అయితే సంతృప్తి పొందిన వారికి ధనం చేతులకు దొరికినా ఉన్నా అతను దేన్ని ఆశించడు. దట్ ఈస్ దిస్ పోయం మోరల్. ఓకే, నవ్ ఐ విల్ రీడ్ ఆన్ తెలుగు పోయం. ఈ తేడాలు ఎందుకు? ఈ తేడాలు ఎందుకు? ఏమిటో ఏమిటో ఆలోచిస్తుంటే ఏదో తేడా కనిపిస్తుంది. భూమి మీద అందరం పుడతాం, పెరుగుతాం, అది ఇది తింటాం, ఎలాగో కూలీ నాలితో బతుకుతాం. అవునా? ఎలాగో కూలీ నాలితో బ్రతుకుతాం. కానీ ఇదా జీవితం? ఇందులో చావు బ్రతుకు, ఒకళ్ళ పొట్ట కూడు లేక ఇంకొకరు పొట్ట పగలేంత తిని త్రాగి ఖుషీగా ఉంటారు. శ్రీమంతతనంతో పుడతారు. కొందరు ఆకలి దప్పులతో చావలేక బ్రతకలేక కష్టం నష్టమని అరుపులు, కొంపలు ములిగేలా ఏడుపులు. ఎందుకు ఈ తేడా? అందరం మనుషులమే కదా. జాతి మతం గొప్పలకు మటుకేనా? జాతి కులం గొప్పోళ్ళకు మాత్రమేనా? నువ్వు దూరంగా పో, అడవిలో పడిచావు. ఇలా బీద బిక్కులకు సతాయింపు. అవునా? విన్నావా? అటువంటి వాళ్ళ ఆటలు విన్నావా? నేను విన్నాను. ఛాన్స్ దొరికితే దొంగని శిక్షలు, అధిక వర్గం ఏమి చేసినా దొరలు, ఏలిన వారు శాలువాలు, పుష్పమాలికలు. అవునా? పాపం పీదవాడు అదిగో అరుస్తున్నాడు రోడ్డు మీద, ఆకలి ఏది? చూసేవాళ్ళు లేదు. కాలం సమయం లేదు మనకి. అవునా? చ మర్యాదలు, బొకుటాలు, చప్పట్లు, భజంత్రీలు కేవలం శ్రీమంతులకేనా? అన్యాయాలు చదివి చట్టాల ప్రసంగాలు, మీసం తిప్పి ప్రసంగాలు చేస్తారు. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు చదువుకున్నోళ్ళు, డబ్బున్నోళ్ళు. నేను బీదవాణ్ణి, వేదికలు ఎక్కలేను, ప్రసంగాలు ఇవ్వలేను, రాయలేను, చెప్పలేను. మానవత్వం కనుమరుగైంది. పెద్దోళ్ళు పెరగడాలు, దీనులు దప్పిగా కూడు గుడ్డు కోసం చూసేవారు ఎవరు? దేవుడున్నది వాళ్ళ కోసమేనా? దరిద్రులకు దిక్కు దివాణం లేదా? చెప్పండి. నీలో మానవత్వం ఉంటే, మాట ఉంటే చెప్పండి అంటున్నాడు పాపం కన్నీళ్లు కారుస్తూ బీద. చెప్పండి కవులారా, పాఠకులారా, మీకేదైనా తెలిస్తే బీదవాడు కనిపెడితే ప్రోత్సహించండి, సహాయం చేయండి. అంతే నేను కోరుతున్నాను. ప్రభాస్ శాస్త్రి, జోష్లా, మైసూర్.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent outpouring. What a brilliant expression. Extempore. Despite being humans, the humanity is lost, and there is so much of difference being rich and poor. So much has been said in those lines. Excellent, ma'am. Excellent, Amma. So beautiful, so beautifully she expressed. And the way she rendered is so beautiful. Very
Thank you.
touching, very
Thank,
touching. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
thank you. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you for joining, Amma. Please welcome Miss Mausumi Halder. I'm seeing first time I'm having a glimpse of hers, and this is first time on my show, maybe. uh, yeah, in my absence, she was there, but yes, this is first time. Welcome to you, ma'am, Miss Mausumi Halder.
Thank you, sir. Greetings to everyone. Thank you, the Fertile Brains and Kumar Prasanna, sir. My special thanks to him. Today I am going to recite one poem about gifting flowers. So the title of my poem is Always Gift Flowers Wholeheartedly. Gift flowers to your near and dear ones. They will thank you a ton. Sometimes to your loving friends. A rose with a smile and exquisite blend. Gift the Asian lilies and the sunflowers for their immense motivational powers. Gift your soulmate the wild roses, as they signify immortal love and sacredness. A bouquet of flowers or a single flower signify your immense love and care. They can make someone's day with the joys rare. Give the carnations and the tulips to someone you dearly love. An excellent tip. Especially the tulips can do wonders. They are for deep love, no wonder. Gift flowers to show your thoughtfulness, to brighten someone's day with mindfulness. Gifting flowers is an age-old tradition globally. So always gift flowers wholeheartedly. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I just have gifted you a flower, ma'am. So that gives a significance that of your writing, I just gifted you a rose, okay?
Thank you.
So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. So see, everybody is giving roses to you. Please welcome Miss Maria.
Hi, it's me. It's my turn. Okay, I was writing, but I stopped it. I will continue later. Good evening, everyone. I have a short poem for today, and it's called, the title is Love is Guilt. I have a wish. My heart beats. Fast, fast, I dream of you. My whole heart belongs to you. No one else love I will give. My dove, my muse, you inspired me. Writing is fate. I am bewitched. I am not alone. Many more have a crush, and hearts entwined because the guilt of love. It was my poem. I have another one. It's very short. May I recite? Okay. The title is Dreaming of You. Sunset in skyline. Twilight comes fast. Day and night. Silent are birds on tree limbs. Good night sleep. Envious am I need rest. Hit the sheets. Dreams visit me on my sleep. Baby, you are Wish of kisses, I call you a dream only. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you, Prasanna, for being our friend. We love you. We all love you. Thank you.
I love you all too, ma'am, and thank you for your dreams. And my dear friends, we have announced a fourth anthology. Anthology. The theme is based on Amma, so it is on mother. So please kindly submit your submissions, and the final deadline is May 29. May, yes, exactly. That is. So
Okay.
please submit your lines, the poet submissions. Up next is
Okay.
Mrinal Kanti Ghosh. Please give a round of applause to Maria. Mrinal sir, please unmute your mic.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
I am reading my two little poems. First poem is Morning Glory. The morning glory. I walk alone and listless. The grasses cover with dews. She was for me in that night. Harvest moon painting the apples forest. The sweet and melancholy wind is blowing on the lonely sky. From the cloudy and lonely sea beach, I look your beautiful eyes covered with tears. Our eyes turned, we rode away. So melancholy was that night. My next poetry. Mournful wind. My mind is floating. The thousands of clouds are crossing near the beautiful moonlight. The harvest moon looks so nice and shadows. Spring rain are so clouded, like your beautiful eyes. The mournful wind are near the lonely forest. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
That's really beautiful, poetic, sir. Beautiful.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for coming to the show and sharing your pieces. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please
Thank you so much.
welcome our youngest poet of today, Nairi Bansal.
Mine?
Naini Bansal, Miss Naini Bansal.
Oh, it's Nancy Bansal. Thank
Huh?
you so much. Nancy Bansal.
Nancy Bansal, sorry, Nancy Bansal.
So, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you so much for opportunity, and I'm thankful to the fertile winds. And I will recite a poem on sun. Sun, you are what we don't see. That's the title. Sun, you are what we don't see. Really enjoying sunset in spring. Welcoming New Year with your warmth. You may dawn to see, but time follows you. Life is a full of joy when you present. Many will praise you, but some will encourage you even when you sick. Why sick? When struggle hide you under rainy cloud. I will be forever to see you, but can't promise to stay forever. Until death swallow me, I will be encourager. Your warmth is place to sit without expectation. When is dawn your look praised by words and sea. I will one who be observer in sip of time. When I reach my destination, I will offer you poem, a poem from heart as you living for world. My poem is tribute to your suffering and letter of hope for your smile. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, Nancy. Beautiful, wonderful, and thank you for sharing your piece. But remember, when you're reading your piece, try to put that piece in front of you so that you could, it is easy for you to read and you also could see your, expressions. Right? Thank you, but otherwise it is so beautiful. Please keep coming and keep sharing your pieces. That was lovely. Nancy Bansal, give a round of applause, my dear friends. And the moon sees everything in the dark. Absolutely. Isabell VanMerlin. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Isabell.
Good morning, Prasanna. It's so early. I'm sorry I don't show up very often, but it's oh goodness. Okay. I have a piece here that I wrote a while ago, and it's not very intellectual or elevating poetically. It's called Making Beef Stew for My Cousin Mason. Mother was gone somewhere visiting one of her sisters, my sisters, and their incipient family, no doubt. My brother was probably at prep school, so Daddy and I were holding the fort. Cousin Mason paid us a visit, and I was the hostess. Mason Alcott was his name, a special name to me because my middle name was Alcott, a family name, my mother's side. He was a figure grown large in my mind. He grew up in India. His parents were medical missionaries in India. He married an Indian woman, Sarah, who washed her waist-length hair every day, my mother said, and we had the same name. He was about the age of my dad, maybe a little older. He was very tall and so nice. I was excited and very nervous about making dinner for them. Beef stew. Who bought the ingredients? Had my mother gotten them together knowing he was coming? I don't know, but I read the recipe carefully from Betty Crocker's cookbook with the red and white plaid cover. I dredged the beef cubes in flour and seared them in a big pot that would hold all the vegetables too. I proceeded with the recipe, serving the stew to my appreciative audience at a well-laid table. They were happy and having great conversation. They included me too. When I took my first bite, I wanted to die, skulk off back to the kitchen, out the back door, away. The meat was so tough. I had no idea it should have cooked all afternoon. Their teeth must have been strong, much stronger than my 8-year-old teeth, some of which were still baby teeth. Their faces never betrayed an ounce of struggle, praising my burning face to high heaven.
Very beautiful. I like your eye sound.
The things I remember from my childhood, oh, so embarrassed. But I particularly remember him and his growing up in India and his Indian wife, they were such a lovely family. So, you know, whatever you say in Hindi or Urdu or whatever for enjoy your meal, that's what I'd like to say with this poem. Enjoy your food. Bon appetit. Thank you.
I've always loved your poems, Isabell. There's something, you always have a story to tell. You said it wasn't an intellectual poem. Poems don't have to be intellectual. They capture small things of life, small connections. And this was a
Yeah.
big connection, and food. Thank you so much. I just loved
You're
it.
welcome. Oh, and I'm a vegetarian now.
Did your own stew turn you to vegetarian?
Thank you. Thank you.
Bon appetit. Wonderful. Isabell, we could laugh. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Isabell VanMerlin. So up next is, I have no words how to introduce, but yes, her name is, everyone say the Ma, and I missed a mistake, so I think in between I lost Meena Chauhan.
Good evening, Prasanna, and nice to see you after a long time. All my poets, dear poets. आज मैं हिंदी में एक छोटी सी कविता, मौन, साइलेंट। मौन क्या होता है? मौन कई तरह के होते हैं। कभी किसी के साथ कोई दुख का मौन, किसी से नाराजगी का मौन। मौन कई तरह के होते हैं। मौन, मौन का एक स्वर होता है। मौन का एक स्वर होता है, कुछ बिना बोले बहुत कुछ कह जाता है। जो बिना बोले बहुत कुछ कह जाता है। जब शब्द थक कर बैठ जाता है, तब मौन आगे बढ़ जाता है। मौन की गति धीमी है भीतर, लेकिन भीतर बहुत गहरा होता है। मौन की गति धीमा सही, लेकिन भीतर बहुत गहरा होता है। यह किसी शोर से कम नहीं होता। यह किसी शोर से कम नहीं होता। सच का उजाला होता है। सच का उजाला होता है। मौन समय से भी झुकता नहीं। मौन समय से भी झुकता नहीं। यह आंखों की नमी में दिखता है। यह आंखों की नमी में दिखता है। जब सच को बांध दिया जाता है, जब सच को बांध दिया जाता है, मौन दीपक बन जल जाता है। तब मौन दीपक बन जल जाता है। कभी यह आंसू बनकर बहता है, कभी यह आंसू बनकर बहता है, कभी पत्थर सा अड़िग रहता है। यह किसी मंच का मोहताज नहीं। यह किसी मंच का मोहताज नहीं। यह दिल की जमीन पर रुकता है। यह किसी मंच का मोहताज नहीं। यह दिल की जमीन पर रुकता है। जब शोर भीड़ में खो जाती है, जब शोर भीड़ में खो जाती है, चुप्पी रास्ता दिखाती है। तब चुप्पी रास्ता दिखाती है। जब शब्दों के दरवाजे बंद हो जाते हैं, जब शब्दों के दरवाजे बंद हो जाते हैं, मौन के रास्ते खुल जाते हैं। तब मौन के रास्ते खुल जाते हैं। ऐसा है यह मौन, यह ऐसा है यह मौन। थैंक यू सो मच।
बहुत खूब मैम, बहुत खूब। मौन, this is silence is gold. That is what you expressed in your lines. Beautiful and brilliant. Maun is a weapon. Silence is a weapon. And it says a
Thank you.
lot. So give it up, my dear friends. That was Meena Chauhan. Up next is undoubtedly I had to thank her for uh, hosting the show. She's all love for you all, and she would love to take in. So her name is Saraswati Poswal. Please welcome.
गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब सलाम। के कुमार जी आपके लिए है आदाब सलाम। आप ठीक रहें, खुश रहें, और आपको देख के बहुत खुशनुमा माहौल हो गया है। सब बड़े खुश हैं, चहक रहे हैं। आप इस तरह आते रहिए, ठीक है। बहुत अच्छा लगा आज आपको देख के होस्ट करते हुए। इट्स वेरी नाइस टू सी यू। गॉड ब्लेस यू, टेक केयर। अच्छा, तो अपनी मैं एक छोटी सी कविता के साथ शुरुआत करती हूँ। खुद की लिखी हुई है, कुछ त्रुटियां होंगी तो प्लीज माफ कर दीजिएगा। कुछ नया ही लिखा है मैंने, तो हो सकता है कुछ गलतियां हो। ये गजल है। जब उसने धड़कनों में अपनी बसाया था मुझे, जब उसने धड़कनों में अपनी बसाया था मुझे, एक बाग खुशी का दिलाया था मुझे, फिर एक बाग खुशी का दिलाया था मुझे। पूछो ना कितनी यादों का इम्कान महकाता था वो, पूछो ना कितनी यादों के इम्कान को महकाता था मेरे आंचल को, किसी सिसकी की आवाज को दबाया मैंने, तेरी खुशबू को मिटने न दिया मैंने कभी, तेरी खुशबू को मिटने न दिया मैंने कभी, जब से तूने धड़कनों में मुझे बसाया था, तेरे इश्क की हर बात को सीने से लगाया मैंने, तेरे इश्क की हर बात को सीने से लगाया मैंने, अकेले या भीड़ में मैंने तुझे अपना ही पाया मैंने, अकेले या भीड़ में तुझको अपना ही पाया मैंने, जब उसने धड़कनों में अपनी बसाया था मुझे, एक बार खुशी का दिलाया था मुझे, कश्ती पार की सुनेगा, कश्ती पार की उतारी कभी हमने एक दूजे की दिल की झील में, कश्ती प्यार की उतारी कभी हमने एक दूजे के दिल की झील में, मैंने कभी डूबने ना दिया कश्ती को तेरी, तेरी यादों के चप्पू से चलाया मैंने, तेरी यादों के चप्पू से चलाया मैंने, तेरे लगाए बगीचे को मोहब्बत से सींचा मैंने, तेरे प्यार के हर रंग को उतरने कभी न दिया मैंने, याद में तेरे प्यार के हर रंग से खेली होली, किसी रंग को तेरे जज्बात के मिटने न दिया, जब उसने धड़कनों में अपनी बसाया था मुझे, एक बाग खुशी का दिलाया था मुझे, रोशनी तेरे प्यार की मिटने न दी मैंने, रोशनी प्यार की तेरे मिटने न दी मैंने, तेरे याद के दीप को दिवाली में भी जलाया मैंने, तेरे प्यार के हर दीप को दिवाली में भी जलाया मैंने। तो इसके साथ मैं आपकी वाणी को विराम देती हूँ। जब उसने धड़कनों में अपनी बसाया था मुझे, तो मैंने लयबद्ध करने की कोशिश की अभी लिखा था तो मैंने सोचा आपके साथ साझा करूँ। उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आया होगा। इट वाज अ ट्रिब्यूट टू माय हस्बैंड। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया।
स्पेशल
आप
थैंक
ऐसे आते रहिए हैं के कुमार जी, आते रहिए आप। बहुत लाइवली लग रहा है और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। माय फोन इज अबाउट टू गो, बैटरी लो है, तो आई एम गोइंग टू लीव नाउ। ओके, थैंक यू वंस अगेन, गॉड ब्लेस।
Thank you. Please welcome Dr. Radhashri.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'm coming. అదే ఇది
ఎక్కడ ఉంటావా? నువ్వేమనుకున్నావు?
I am very much thankful to our Prasanna Kumar And I request, I pray the Almighty to give him good health, full health and wealth, everything. And today my poem is Unending Waiting, Nirantara Nirikshana. ఈ సువిశాల వృక్షవాటిక ముఖాంగణ సీమలో నిర్జవ నిర్జీవ హిమమయ శిశిర ఋతువులో పుట్టుకొస్తున్నాయి కుక్క గొడుగులు. ఆ గొడుగుల నీడల్లోని అద్దాల మేడల్లో శిరాన తురాయితో బ్రతుకుతున్నాయి చీడపురుగు. వైధవ్యం పొందిన మంచిల, వైఫల్యం పొందిన కాంతల, జడత్వం నిండిన జాతిల మోడువారిందా తరుసీమ. అందుకే అచేతనమైన ఈ శిశిరానికి వీడ్కోలు చెప్పాలని, అణువణువున చైతన్యం నిండే వసంతంలో ఒకే ఒక్క మామిడి చెట్టు వెయ్యాలని, తద్భూరుహ పల్లవగ్రాస కషాయ కోమల కలకంఠమెత్తి ఆ గున్నమావి గుగురు నుండి కొత్త కొత్తగా మెత్త మెత్తగా కోయిలలు పూయాలని, ఆ మంగళ మంజుల మధుకర ధ్వరిలో నన్ను నేనే మరచిపోవాలని, అందుకై వివాహం చేసుకున్న వితంతువుల, జాగృతి నొందిన జాతిలా, విప్లవానికి సూచికలా, చైతన్యానికి ప్రతీకలా, వాడిన మోడు సైతము చివురుటాకులు తొడిగి ముచ్చటలచ్చుపడినట్లు పచ్చ పచ్చగా ఉండే నవ వసంతానికి ప్రతి కాకి ఓ కోయిలలా, ప్రతి బీజం ఓ భూజంలా మారిపోయే దశ దిశాంత దిగ్దిగంత శత సహస్ర సుమ సుగంధ భరిత అద్భుత రస వసంతానికి స్వాగతం చెప్పాలని నా నిరంతర నిరీక్షణ. The English meaning is an unending waiting. This is a great land with full of mango groves once upon a time, but now all those good trees have gone. Only weed is coming, horse Icrea is coming, Icarnia is coming. So I want to remove all the Icarnias with caste, creed, color, that, this, north, south. I want to remove all those things and want to establish one mango tree of culture where different birds can give its great singing, to remove all the obstacles, to remove all the weeds and unnecessary bacteria which is harming the tree. So to that good time I am waiting, and this is becoming an unending waiting. People are not leaving their caste, creed, all these things. So I am waiting for that good time. This is the meaning of the poem. Thank you, sir.
Very thoughtful and welcoming to the spring. Thank you for your joining, and thanks for the blessings, and thank you for your excellent rendition. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Miss Hira Nawaz. Sorry, I'm missing the the order is. I mean, yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
So, good evening, everybody. My name is Miss Hira Nawaz, and I come from Bengaluru, the beautiful city in South India. So today I usually read poems on God because that is my favorite topic. But today I'm going to read a poem called Don't Cry, Mummy. I'm now in a place where there is no pain. So I'll tell you a bit about the background of this poem which I wrote. It's a completely imaginary poem. I'm imagining myself to be my best friend Anita, daughter Tamara, who was a 13-year-old young teenage girl who was diagnosed with malignant cancer, which, as we all know, is fatal and incurable. Just short of her 14th birthday, she succumbed to the cancerous carcinoma. I have written the following poem pretending that I am Tamara and I have just died of cancer and am in heaven, writing this poem to to comfort my mother, Mrs. Anita, 9 and John. So I have actually had cancer. My name is Tamara. I've had cancer and I've died of cancer. And my mother is at home crying and crying. So I am in heaven writing a poem to comfort my mother. Mommy, dear mommy, darling, dearest, don't sit all cooped up in the sofa and cry. I am your lovely and feisty daughter Tamara, who unfortunately, by a quirk of fate, was destined to die. Yes, the culprit was the cancerous carcinoma that ebbed my strength, enfeebled me, and made me weak. It slashed my spirit and vociferously sapped my energy, making me, when alive, dread my future so bleak. I remember the day I rushed to you with a headache, which persisted and which would never quite go away. At last, you took me to doctors, specialists, and experts. But really, mommy, cancer is too high a price to pay. The cold, dampening diagnosis obsessed my mind as I remember staying in hospitals and leaving school. Me, who had always been the erudite, studious bookworm, but now being destined to be just nobody's fool. Mummy, remember how you tried your optimum best to ease, alleviate, and relieve my excruciating pain? But alas, every sickness has its dose of sordid suffering, while my emotions and feelings began to wax and wane. Chemotherapy and radiation were two treatments that sapped me of my strength and gradually eclipsed my life. I tried philosophy when I realized that my life was doomed. But, mommy, I will never be a girlfriend. I will never be a wife. My drab, dull hair fell from my head in woolly clumps, making me bald at last, but itching and burning to fiercely fight, until I realized that I was in a losing battle, for I had no resistance. I had become obese and was a dismal sight. Mummy, the hours and minutes are flying past irretrievably. Soon there'll be the syndrome of the empty nest, which implies that children will flee their parents' abode. Really, Mummy, I tried so hard, but failed the deciding test. Mummy, tell Johan not to be heartbroken and melancholy, for he is my one and only erstwhile blood brother. He has to live and savor his full earthly term, while we will have to always pretend that we have one another. From heaven, I now see you wish the long, long days away, urging me to somehow miraculously come home, where I have to try to send you heartwarming messages that you've got Dad and Johan, and fortunately you're not alone. Mummy, my headaches were wrenching and unbearable. Promise me, Mummy, that for my sake you will be strong. So when a flood of tears threatens to overwhelm you, take a beautiful Jesus Christ hymn and sing. Sing along. Thank you.
That was very painful, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your piece. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Now I can just go across to Dr. I would say Dr. Roopali, ma'am, and Dr. Miss Charlene and Kerala. Yes, respectively.
You want me to read or Shalini?
That is what I said, ma'am. Respectively, either of you.
Okay. Well, it was so nice to see you here, Prasanna. It's God's wish, and I want to thank Hira for the wonderful poem that you have read. And you yourself are a cancer survivor, so you understand what it is to go through it. We all have had siblings and relatives who have passed away because of this dreaded disease. and you have encapsulated it. And, I find it very difficult to really express myself, but thank you so much. It must have been tough for you to write it even. But poetry must capture all emotions, all feelings. Um, Thanks to Isabell, I was actually having a very tough time getting through to join today. I don't know why. All kinds of things were happening. But after Isabell read her humorous poem, I thought maybe I could do that too and cheer myself up, if not others. Now, Shalini has read this. This is Thoughts on Meditation. Now, all of us are told to meditate and to be calm. And so I've been trying also. Now, these are my thoughts on meditation. It's a bit long, so you'll have to be patient. Have you ever tried meditating? Have you ever tried meditating? I did. It will remove your anxiety and calm you as you drill deeper into yourself, alienating all worldly concerns, they said. Sit in the lotus pose, close your eyes, keep your spine straight, and breathe. Years of sitting around like a colonial mem sahib on chairs, sofas, and toilet seats made it impossible to reclaim my Indianness. Sitting on a reed mat or squatting was something from a long forgotten, shameful, native past. Perhaps grandfather did? No, no, no. Great grandfather lived in the village, squatting in fields, lying on chatais, counting beads, sitting cross legged like the Buddha. So here I was sitting on a cushioned chair in a high rise building on the 26th floor, trying to emulate sages and caves up in the far reaches of the Himalayas. I notice, lantern carrier, you're listening very carefully. Must take a selfie. Those gym ladies took envy selfies and pasted them, posted them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and tagged reluctant obese receivers like me. Here I was with my eyes closed so that my inner eye would open. My shallow breath now to be converted to long ones. I, who had been breathless looking at unattainable objects of desire, found it difficult. Life is all about breath. It's the only indicator you're alive. The moment you stop breathing, you are deleted from the voters list. They won't give your quarreling next of kin your rations. Your pension will be stopped, and your folks will wish they had kept you on a ventilator for a few months more and not announce your passing till the EMIs on the house loan were cleared. So the deep breath, long ones, then short ones, and extra short ones, and long ones, till you get breathless and your rib cage is ready to push out the passive smoke-filled lung. I forgot to mention the beginning. I tried focusing on Lord Shiva. That snake around his neck kept staring right back at me and even winked. So I changed to a candle. The flame wouldn't stop its snake-like sway. Then the song Jalebi Bai began to sway me. That did it. I was transported to Meerut and its Gupta Ji ka hot jalebis and Hariya's famous sweet artery-choking malai lassi. I almost stopped breathing. I pulled myself back to the diya. This time it wasn't dancing. The sugar spike from the jalebi and lassi wasn't working. Shiva's snake peered at me, only this time he was smiling benignly. Then came hopping, tripping, squealing, those half-dressed pole dancers. They slithered up the pole and down, quite snake-like. Now I understood what Menak and Urvashi were up to. I tried switching to Shiva again. He looked more blue than before. His rippling thigh muscles began to distract me. The snake seemed to be half asleep. That raisin-filled Christmas plum cake, dripping rum made by a friend in jolly old Bangalore, now arrived on a porcelain plate. Heady memories and the wispy fragrance of rum-soaked raisins made me salivate. I gulped and whispered, Om Namo Shiva, Om Namo Shiva Shiva, Namo Namo. This time, his thighs didn't ripple, and the snake was fast asleep. Everything was still. I heard the sound of water flowing. I looked at Neelkant as the river Ganga flowed right out of his matted hair and washed over me. A calm began to take hold of me as all thoughts receded, and I could hear my breath loud and clear. My mind was dead, no thoughts. A bright light behind my eyes lit up with the peace that passeth understanding. Thank you.
You say a lot, ma'am, in this.
Yeah, her story is twofold because she seems to be telling a story about life, and then at the same time, she seems to be reminding us, that breath is all in all and that everything is transitory. So it's it's kind of paradox in a sense, really.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Roopali, yeah, I love your thoughts on meditation because my mind goes everywhere. and I think the only time that I get calm from meditating is when I go to sleep after
Yes.
trying to be peaceful.
I'm sure
That's
Shalini will be able to
wonderful.
tell us.
That is wonderful. Your thought.
Thank you so much,
I,
Isabel.
I love it. Wonderful. And
in our mythologies, in the Indian stories, we have these sages who are, who are meditating, and a lot of devils and bad people, bad characters come and start troubling. Those are the thoughts. All kinds of thoughts keep appearing in your mind, and then slowly, as you breathe, it just goes away. And then there is peace and understand. I'm sure we have a lot of spiritual people here. We have Prasanna, we have Shalini, we have Lantern Carrier, and many others.
They say even the Buddha and the Christ had to deal with it. They were all tested.
And also, I wanted to say that I think you started your meditation on a very high level on the 26th floor. So you see, you've already
like the Himalaya.
That's wonderful. That is
Thank you
just
so much.
wonderful. Thank you.
But before I finish with this, I did want to repeat what Prasanna said, that Fertile Brains is bringing out inspired by Amma, Prasanna's mother, inspired by her. We are bringing out, this is a surprise for Prasanna. He must have been surprised the other day when I sent him the submission details. Shalini and I and Niharika Joe from America and Prasanna, we are bringing out this book on mother, Amma. But we want you to write it in the present tense. We don't want you to, so we want you to read the concept paper carefully so that when you write about your mother, you're writing about her not as a tribute to somebody who's gone away, but somebody who is with you. Now, Lantern Carrier, you have written a beautiful poem about your mother.
Well, I did, and I thought about it, but you only gave me 50 lines, and mine is more than 50 lines.
Yeah.
I was reading the whole thing, but I thought this one. I have a lot about my mother, but this particular poem says everything you're talking about. Oh, and you liked it a lot, but it's more than 50 lines, so I'm glad you mentioned it now. So,
so please, all of you, please do write in so that we can bring it out soon and release it in Hyderabad sometime in mid-July.
Okay. Where are the rules for this anthology? What
I saw it on Facebook. No, I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, I think
I'll share.
Prasanna, you must make sure it goes everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If somebody hasn't personally, we can send it also on message. Thank you so much.
That's why I know you have a maximum of 50 lines.
Thank you, ma'am. Over to Shalini, ma'am.
Before I even begin, Roopali, just thank you for your most delicious meditation techniques. I just loved it. Actually, the thoughts come and go, but you've actually given them a shape. And I think that's exactly what happened. But my gosh, your sense of humor. I think I just laughed all morning every time I read your meditation poems. Again, absolutely brilliant. But stay on the light though. And
Thank you so much, Shalini.
love your poem.
Shalini, you're my last one. I have to go soon.
Okay. All right. Greetings to all of you, friends. It's always wonderful to see you. And my happiness knows no bounds seeing Prasanna back again where he belongs, because this platform has been beautifully run by everybody, and I'm hats off to them. But yes, Prasanna, it's great to have you back here, and stay smiling and keep well. And God bless you. God bless all of you, rather. So after that beautiful poem, I read a little serious kind of poem. It's a short one because I know he has to go. I may have read it earlier, but it's called The Calligraphy of the Waves. The wave came to write her thoughts on the waiting sands. The wave came to write her thoughts on the waiting sands, her exquisite calligraphy. I could not decipher. Her exquisite calligraphy I could not decipher. But the sky knew her intimately. The birds sang her hymns gleefully. The winds took it all in to sit by the moon's honeyed fire to interpret the sacred scripts. The winds took it all in to sit by the moon's honeyed fire to interpret the sacred scripts. And in the hushed footfalls of the tiptoeing ebony nights of countless hollow lifetimes, she whispered ever so softly, her voice muted, shrouded beneath the dissonant notes of the rising crescendo. I could hear nothing. The waves came, etched their sacred words tirelessly, again and again, unceasingly. Her quill of light formed verses of wisdom on sacred spaces. Her quill of light formed verses of wisdom on sacred spaces. But I rode the crest of the wave of glittering mirages to touch the skies of ego, elusive dreams, blind folds of unending desires, while silence waited patiently in the ocean depths for eternity. Perhaps some Sejaku moment, I will listen to the conversations of the sky, the sun, and the iridescent sea. Perhaps I will delve into the poetry of the waves, unravel the hidden dialects, waiting in the tranquil womb of the ocean. I may yet realize the soul's songs. Thank you so much.
Excellent, man.
Thank you,
Please.
Prasanna.
Shalini is giving beauty to the inanimate, you know. I always say there's no such thing as inanimate, you know, but you're giving them a voice, you know, those kind of what we sometimes call non-sentient beings. You're bringing everything alive, you know. And there's a beauty and exquisiteness in doing it. I bring them alive all the time. I talk to flowers. I make the moon speak. I do all kind of crazy things with my poetry. But I love the way you do it.
Thank you so much, Lantern. Thank you ever so much. I find that when you are mindful and when you are present for that moment, moment after moment, these miracles automatically, you know, unfold themselves and they speak to you. They
Indeed.
converse with you. So I think that's the secret. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Prasanna.
Bye, Sid. Thank you for joining, and please welcome Dr. Anita Sharma.
Good evening, everyone, and namaste to all and one present here. I'm a bit late, so I'm going to present a very small poem. The title of my poem is Children of War. Somewhere the innocence is lost under a smoky sky and fatal bombs, dropping down to kill all and sundry in a war zone created by the zealots. Children of war, torn apart with the trauma of separation, hunger, pain, and egoist drama. Instead of smiling at the beauties of nature, they gaze each other in gloom of future. They are suddenly being called orphans after after a loud thud hit and fires their homes. Parents lost, while books and bags half burnt, thrown apart, mocking at the literate tyrants. Their little hearts and hands shiver in fear, who once used to color the life in cheer. Punished for no fault, innocent tears plead for hope, love, and life that is unknown to this merciless world. Thank you.
Excellent, ma'am. Should I say excellent for this piece? Or but yes, very much hard-hitting, and thank you for showing up and coming by and sharing your piece. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. After so many long days, I could just read out my lines. Maybe that's an opportunity for me. Well, I set out to compose a few lines in response to pay tribute to poetry. Mind is cluttered and clustered with a blank space, and the mood called for having some images to put across as imagery. To write about poetry, well, with the same idea, I felt to put the best foot forward. But my fist held my fingers, it bore the pain of warlust. What to pen with a quill as the hill shook with tremors of roaring cries? Humanity is missing its conscience, and I am at loss for words to paint the blues with the colors of distress. Frothing through mouths, blood turning into pallor of ugly ambushes, lord of battles racing to waste bloody rattles by bombing at innocence. My brain with a shallow torrent had hardly resisting the pine to hit the buttons of the pen. Poetry is for solace, for the peacemakers and for the peacekeepers, lovers, and the gloomy poetical figures. And now, as the world is on the brink of losing its sanity under the yoke of human-created mindless actions, what am I? Is just wondering about my feelings. Neither could I pay tribute nor express my thankfulness for this poetic extempore, to claim poetry as my bosom buddy, and even more. That's the end of the piece. Thank you. Thank you, Richard.
Very, very beautiful, Prasanna. Very beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a what do you call it? It's a rambling, maybe. I don't know. But yes, I would be very much delighted if you could share your contribution to the Amma, the anthology that we have announced. Okay, and be looking forward for the same. And Mausumi ma'am, Meena ma'am, don't forget, and Minal sir, Nancy, Bansal, Anita ma'am, Devendra, Deena sir, Richard, yes, Saraswati ma'am, Isabell. Thank you one and all. See you next week.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you to you also.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
And thank
Have a
you,
good
thank
week.
everybody who held up the flag, the fertile brain flag.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I think we are very blessed because it seldom happens that you get this kind of solidarity and this kind of help and collaboration.
Exactly, ma'am. That
Yes,
is
very, very grateful. Thank you.
very, very grateful.
Thank you, sir.
very much thankful.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasanna.
Thank you.